North American Simulation Racing Association featuring online leagues like the DSR Electric, Blanchard towing and recovering Xfinity, concerns of police survivors, Jacob and Wesley.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited it in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. Give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
Of the NASRA Blanchard's towing Xfinity Series. Brady LaBeouf will win the championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and the playoffs continue for the TLC Incorporated NASRA Cup Series, presented by Premier Racing Setups, and it is the RL Productions 160. Holy camole, Will Tiller does not work here anymore. Flieger Farm TV is not on the production. What in the hell are you doing, Dean?
I
wow.
have no idea why it shut that, my friend. It's just going all
Fix
bullshit.
all that stuff. Last I knew, Brady LaBeouf was under the weather and not feeling well, so... Man, oh man, we welcome you to coverage from Watkins, Glen, race number 2 of the playoffs for the NASRA Cup Series, and we are road course racing at Watkins, Glen. Dean Hopton on production and color commentary. I'm Wesley Outland, and we are about ready to go racing. Let's give you your starting lineup here for the NASRA Cup Series this evening.
You're going to have to go through it like
Rondoletto's
that.
on the pole. He'll lead him with a green flag. It's the showman, Octavio Rondoletto. Understanding we're having some technical issues again. Michael Larch and Octavio Rondoletto on the front row. Matthew Garrett, Bo Tiffany, row 2. Jonathan Cofield, Jackson Wade, row 3. Jeff Merck, Stephen Lachinsky, followed by Tristan Bruce and Drew Alzuski, top 10. Burleson Reeves on row 6. Clapper Suss, row 7. Row 8. Walton, Mongo, Chew, Knott, Holmes, Johnson, top 20. Rest of the lineup is Brandon Schumann, Dean Gagliano, Chase Albright, and Brandon Broadfoot. 24 virtual charter members of the virtual fraternal Order to Go Fast. Take us to green, underway here at the Glen.
Somebody completely pulled over in the background and said, I don't want any turn one carnage, and just elected just to back off at the moment. Bo Tiffany gets one. Yeah, Jacob, not like, look at Octavio go. He's absolutely blistering. He's already got over 7/10 of a gap over everybody. Masterminding turns 1 and turns 2 here at the Glen.
Underway here at the Glen. Now, this will be fun as we watch all of them working their way around the racetrack.
Big lockups in the background. As you can see, somebody's going to run straight off rather than going through the bus stop. Electing just to play it safe at the moment. You want to get to lap 15. We will stay green on lap 15. That's what the SG means. And then, of course, we get to our stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic. And that will be a caution to re-rack and restack them.
There will be a caution.
Caulfield.
As off track, Alabama's Jonathan Cofield in sparks as he comes back off the turtles and the sand pit, if you will. Now look at how fast you can complete a lap here, though, at Watkins Glen, right? Here they come.
Yes, sir.
Lap 1 on the board, and Rondoletto leads the opening lap. Jacob Reeves. Just saw him a moment ago as we watch now our buddy going at it.
Oh, but we do have a side-by-side action up the road there. Matthew Garner and Michael
the lead.
Larch.
Rondoletto on the outside. To the right elbow. Left elbow is Larch. Now he's right up under the back end. Heading into the corner. Heading towards the bus stop.
And Jeff Merck's got a bird's
chicane,
eye
if you
view
will.
to this one there, Wesley. Going side-by-side through the bus stop. Oh, gentlemen, it's not going to work. Bang, there goes around
they're
Matthew.
crashing. Merck's going around. Rondoletto goes around. And there's no Surf Pro caution.
No.
There's just a scramble there in the bus stop in the corner.
It would have to be a complete
And it
track
takes
block.
Rondoletto out of the game here now. Rondoletto is still free falling. So is Jeff Burke.
Rondoletto, who's in the lead?
Well, who was it that spun then?
Oh, that spun Matthew and Jeff Merck as well. We'll get back and have a look at the replay of that
Jeff
one.
Merck.
We're on
can we
board.
see a replay of that?
Yeah, we're on board with Jeff Merck, and I saw them going side by side through the bus stop. That is never going to work. It doesn't matter what class of car you have, and of course they came together. And I
thought it was Rondoletto that went around. My apologies. It wasn't Rondoletto. We got a replay coming here. Replay presented by Pulse Poppers. And I think this is the replay. Watch this.
Yeah,
that was Larch, and that's the battle for the lead. Yeah, there's a 19, Garrett going around. My apologies. That's Matthew Garrett spinning Jeff Merck and others.
Yes, sir.
So it was Matthew Garrett.
Matthew currently is here, my friend.
Falls all the way back to 11th. Did he win last week? Didn't Garrett win last week?
No, sir. Our winner last week.
Or at least had a podium finish. He at least had a
Caulfield.
Yeah, Jonathan Cofield, but Matthew Garrett was on the podium, I think. We did talk to him.
Michael Larch has had a moment somewhere too, my friend. Let's go back and have a quick look.
Last week in Vegas, it was a crazy race where Jonathan Cofield won.
Ooh, how'd you lose it on the inside of
Wow, look at Michael Larch.
He's got on the loud pedal and she's just disagreed. Tony and Andrew battling it out side by side into turn 1 on lap 4.
Crashed out of that Armco barrier there, man.
Yeah, it's a clever idea just to completely lift off on that one, my friends. Live to see another day around the Glen as Matthew's on side by side with our own redneck announcer. Jacob, I don't imagine, would put up too much of a fight with this one, but they are going to go side by side. I'm not quite sure if Matty got the message about going side by side up through here now as we come into the bus stop chicane. I don't think Jacob's going to lift at all. He's going to say, you're going to find a way around me, and they're going to do it. And that's exactly why you don't go side by side again, Matthew. Are they not getting the memo from me, mate? I'm a road course man. I know how to do road courses. You guys do your ovals. You can't go side by side through there.
Every time I see that song, I just want to break into Dire Straits mode, right?
Yes, sir. And it looked clearly that I think he was throwing the dummy at the moment to Jacob. I thought Jacob was like, he honestly thought Jacob was going to lift on that one. Jacob was like, nah, my friend. And then, of course, they went side by side. He carried too much speed
very
into
true. You want to sing your best tire straights for us as well, Dean? Come on.
I don't have my I don't have my microphone effects turned on at the moment, my friend, to add a little bit of the reverb to it. You play the guitar. You play the drums.
You know that they play that all the time. Like if you ever watch Yellowstone or Tulsa King or like Landman, they actually play that MTV slogan because MTV Productions is a part of it nonetheless. Speaking of another production, RL Production sponsoring this race tonight.
Yes, sir. Stage
You're
one
on board
at
with
the moment.
us.
We are on 5 of 15, so we're about a third of the way through our stage one. We will stay green, so that means that Octavio's 6-second gap that he has over Bo Tiffany should remain. In fact, it'll continue to grow, no doubt at that point, but you wouldn't want to absolutely push the limits of that car and have no traction by the end of it, because you got to remember, you'll be staying green during the first stage, so you know that you'll all be coming down a pit road at stage 2, so you can get some full freshies on there and a splash and dash.
You're exactly right.
But there's no point
And
getting that
remember,
far up the road.
Jonathan Cofield, winner last week at Daytona, or Vegas, my apologies, Vegas, and this is the playoffs. This is round number 2, and obviously just kind of seeing how everything shakes out here for these guys. You win, you advance. You win, you advance. It's like that, Dean, and obviously this is the second race of the playoffs, and you know, remember, it's going to be pretty wild after Vegas. Rondeletto is on the pole. Cofield won, but you never know what's going to happen here at Watkins Glen. And then next week, man, Bristol will be really chaotic.
Bristol, baby. Yep, Tristan Bruce. You saw him go far too quick into the bus stop chicane again, and that's exactly what happens. We go on board with him. He's flying in here at 1,000,000 miles an hour. There's a car to his right.
1,000,000 miles an hour.
And he's going to go and clip the chicane a little bit. It's going to lift the car up. Bang. No traction, of course. It's all four important parts that connect to the tarmac. And around he goes. But thankfully, he's off the racing line. Doesn't take anybody else.
You know what gets me is he says he's on 23 on time and score, but he's in car 35 on the track.
He's going to have to report to the Wesley's principal's office on that one, because Wesley does not like it when drivers don't match timing.
Well, don't it tick you off also? I mean, it throws you off your rhythm if you're looking for that car number and that name. And
well,
anyhow, I got nothing but love for TB, Tristan Bruce. Cofield, though, right now, he sits in 6th. He's really got, I mean, he wants to have a good run, Dean, but if he has a bad night, it's like a mulligan because he's already advanced to the next round of the playoffs. Hey, it's Monster Jam. Look at that Monster Jam.
Yeah, that's Steven.
Monster Jam. Yeah, there's our buddy, Steven Lachinsky.
That is your place to get your, if you get your scalping tickets, get your little fold-up chair sitting right there in that bus stop chicane. That is the hot zone. Just make sure it's sitting on the other side of the fence, but because you
I want them to bring back the boot.
Car, sorry. Yeah, bring back the heel and tap.
I want them to bring back the boot.
They're there. It's you talk to the powers that be, mate. Because other leagues do race with the full racing configuration. Caulfield's going to go for another little look up at the inside of the 99 Ford, and elects not to. Runs a little bit deep, actually. Might put a bit of pressure on from behind now, Tony Burlington. This is the hot zone currently here on 8 of 15 for stage 1. Merckx put pressure on Cody, the boss man back there, so is Merckx up at the inside. As long as he can make it stick, and he can, but Cody's going to fight this one back.
Rondeletto in the lead. Tiffany second. Wade in third, followed by Clapper and Lachinsky, your top 5 right now.
We do have some cams. My apologies. I'll try to get them up as we're progressing. I have some major technical difficulties with things.
Yeah, I mean, when you
not
brought back
working.
the name Will Tiller and Adam Flieger as producers, I'm like, what
Yes.
in the world?
I was fixing something else and something else majorly broke, and I spent most of my time then trying to fix that for about 30 minutes and couldn't quite get all the fantastic driver cams in time, which I'd like
Cody
to.
Knott, by the way. Cody Knott on the racetrack. He's currently in 17th. Holds Poppers entry out of Madera, California.
We should
as
have
we're
Jeff
working
Cam.
lap 8.
There he is. There's old Pookie.
Lap 8 of 15 laps of stage 1. Remember, that will stay green. Stage points will be up for grabs, though, for 1st to 10th. And then, of course, we'll move into Glass Mechanics stage 2. That'll take us, I believe, to lap number 30, so another 15 laps. And obviously, Rondeletto running away with this right now. There is Clapper, though, trying to go after Wade as the thing someone's off course. It is No, it's not Lachinsky. Who went off the racetrack right there where Wade was battling
Might have
Clapper?
been Matt. No, it wasn't actually. But it's the Clapper.
Oh, my goodness.
There he is.
No, it wasn't for him. It was like a blue color car.
Yeah, I was just showing his cam there. As his
As
impression
Justin
from the
Clapper.
pole field.
There you see him on board. Mania Club. I think he was the Daytona winner. How special was that for him to
Steven
win
has
on
his
the
camera.
night that...
Stevie right here has just run wide. No, actually, yep, right there. Stevie does have a cam. I don't have it set up, but unfortunately, it's a good time to see Stephen for the first time. He's got something in the background picture. Once again, I do apologise. No time to get all them set up. 5 to go on stage 1. Octavio, 14-second gap to everybody in the field. He's already on his way to the next track, mate.
Cars all around the racetrack here at the virtual Watkins Glen International. PLC Incorporated and Premier Racing setups, and obviously right now working 10 laps completed. Rondeletto has led this from the drop of the green team. I mean, nobody has been able to hang with this guy.
Nope. I told you that before.
Absolute sheer domination by this guy, and the driver of the number 84 came up short last night in the championship race. He fell one spot shy for the championship to Ryan Johnson. Tiny Horse winning the title. There is Stephen Lachinsky. His name is so long, the last name is, we can't show all of it.
There
right?
he is. Steve McQueen? I don't know if he likes that or not. I think that's a bit of a compliment.
Munster Jam entry behind Justin Clapper. Hey, Dean, let's go on board with Rondeletto or somebody up in the front heading to the start-finish line, and let's take him a lap around. Well, no, he's not near the start-finish line yet. He's already bypassed it. Let's pick up the 4th place card right there. 4th place. That is Jonathan Cofield. And we'll do that. Do a high above view. We're going to show you the track, what it is, Watkins Glen. Not on board. There you go. So they're heading to turn 1. So this track is obviously a very unique racing surface here at Watkins Glen. 2.45 miles, 3.94 kilometers. Width varies from 36 to 48 feet length. And the track has an elevation of 115 feet. Of course, front stretch is 2,150 feet. The back stretch where he's at right now is 2,400 feet. Banking is 6 to 10 degrees. Turns has 7. Turn 5, also known as the carousel, is the steepest turn of the racetrack. They're hitting that right now, as you see Cofield working around, avoiding the boot. Turn 6 is a heavy braking zone at the entrance of the left-hand corner, which he's hitting that right now. There you see it. Perfectly, Dean. Down into turn 7. And that's a lap around Watkins Glen with winner last week at Vegas, Jonathan Cofield.
Good job, my friend. There goes Caulfield. As Octavio is on the 2 to go. Bo Tiffany's in P2. There's Bo. You'll see him. Yeah, there he is. Zooming on by. He's got Jackson Wade just a little bit further down the field from him. Jackson Wade has a foot cam for us. Yeah, try and see if I can get that sorted out for us as well. So
you hear us use names like the 90, the S's. After turn 1, of course, the S's is very popular. The 90 is the popular turn for turn 1 past the start finish. Then you hear the S's, and then the back stretch, there's the inner loop, which is like the bus stop. The outer loop that leads to the carousel. I like the boot. Bring back the boot. But they don't now, so you skip it. Hey, look at Jackson Wade. Put your shoes on, man. You're going to get blisters the size of quarters. You drive like that.
it's another thing that some of the drivers like to do. They some of them do barefoot, some of them do socks, and some of them do shoes. I've asked it a few times in interviews, actually. I don't seem there's any particular advantage to any of them, just what a driver likes to feel. Some drivers like to use their toes and really feel the inside of your braking pedals and acceleration. You could see, so he's not using crossfoot, which is what you see sometimes, heel to toe. You see some drivers, he's not engaging the clutch there at all, as you can see.
Now is that pink socks or red socks? My question, Dean.
I don't know. Is it Boston or?
Can't tell, right? Jackson Wade, what kind of colors are your socks? You see
how he's tapping the accelerator a little bit as he goes through the bus stop there. A little bit on tapping the brakes there. Brake, accelerator. He's probably using the sequential gear shifts on his steering wheel. That's why you can't see it. It's going to go very, very wide. He's putting pressure on Bo Tiffany at P2 currently at the moment.
You think his feet smell?
I don't know. Maybe ask him if we get to get him under there. We won't be asking him during this last lap of stage one because we will stay green.
Yeah, we better not. We will stay green at the end of stage one.
Yeah,
which is about to come to an end right now with Octavio Rondeletto, the showman.
He said it was fine.
No, I'm not bothering these guys. I'm not interviewing them when they're working. Rondeletto, the showman, and he is about to complete the first stage. As you're on board now with Matthew Garrett, he had trouble there in the first.
Oh!
Whoa.
That's Brandon.
Look out, Rondeletto!
Smashed into Brennan. And
Schumann, Broadfoot or Schumann?
Broadfoot. Look how
Put the numbers on the ticker instead of the position.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there we go. And it was, holy wow, the leader almost plowed into Schumann. He's finally back rolling again.
We're going to see the number 84 come around the final corner at the moment to complete stage one. So we will go green on that one. We'll continue on to stage two, presented by the Glass Mechanic. And then
this is the Glass Mechanic stage 2, by the way. We'll stay under the green flag after the stage 1, and Rondeletto will get points. Hey, real quickly, Rondeletto, Wade, Tiffany, Cofield, Clapper with points, including Lashinsky, Burleson, Garrett, Alzewski, and Reeves, all getting points at the end of stage number 1. And here's what happened at Broadfoot. Look out, leader coming up ahead.
Wow. He had to go right off.
It's not the leader. No, this is the leader.
Holy maloney, Batman.
Woo. He got lucky. That's all I'm going to say. He was lucky.
That he did. That could have all gone pole shape. But here comes Steve. There he is. What is that in the background? Thunder something?
That is Thunder Cup Series. Is that it? Got Munster trucks. Got Munster Jam on. I'm going to ask him. We're going to ask him. We're going to caution what that is on the Munster Jam. What if he works for Feld Entertainment and Munster Jam, right? I mean, I used to announce Munster Jam a long time ago, Dean.
Is there anything
I did like Munster Jam? I've done my share of everything. Munster Jam was really cool, though, man, because it was all during the winter time. So, I did a regional. I did Raleigh and Greensboro, Charlotte, Richmond, Norfolk, Hampton, Kentucky, down into Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia Dome, South Carolina, Spartanburg, Greenville, all them. So I kind of did a regional deal.
Aha. Well, this is the pressure at the moment, and Matty's coming back, fighting back after having a couple of... he wanted to play the guitar and deliver them fridges or refrigerators. That's right, refrigerators. And he's trying to hold off Tony Burlington. Looks like he just got passed around Tony Burlington, actually, so there he will make his way back up to P7. He started 3 positions down on where his position was. I'll tell you what, after a couple of excursions into the bus stop, he's climbing his way back up to the field. So the man has pace for the number 19 MTV entry.
Yeah, he certainly is right now. But Octavio Rondoletto, the showman, still running with it. Is Octavio on camera tonight, Dean?
No, sir, believe it or not.
Our buddy's not on camera. Why are you not on camera, Octavio?
Well, you know, he's... well, he would just remember last night, if you haven't tuned in, he just missed out. Unfortunately, during the broadcast, we kind of didn't get the pictures to that until Jacob did provide us some of that. But, it slipped between his fingers, and the tiny horse got the victory for the Blanchard's Towing Series, Xfinity Series.
Remember, this will take us all the way to lap number 30 of stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic.
Tell you what, Jacob Reeves isn't doing too bad here this evening there. Mr. Wesley, he is currently running in P10 and trying to hold off number 66 and the number 60 behind him, and the big lock up there actually looks like Roberto did the similar thing as well too. That indicates to me that the driver is using the car up the road as a racing line rather than your own racing line, because you'll tend to see drivers do that. Gets his behind him in his motion brake.
Yeah, very true. Laps winding down of this second stage, and partly cloudy, 65 degrees, track tip at 92. Hey, we're going to go side by side after we finish showing you Jeff Mark, as he's willing and Dylan going after Walton. Boy, born to roar. You better be born to hit the gas pedal, because Pookie's coming after you.
Yeah, you can see that facial expression there, isn't it, from Pookie when he saw that. He's
he
like,
said, oh, my. Yeah, that could have been, first you say it, then you do it. That's all I'm going to say, right?
Yes, sir.
Big thanks to Premier Racing Setups and TLC. We'll go side by side and thank them as we roll on with our race coverage.
Well, the Premier
Because we really
Racing
have not
Setups.
played any commercials since the race started. I mean, literally, it's been clean and green. Like, you know, a couple of cautions, but, you know, we're used to road races where you normally don't see caution flags, Dean, until they call for a caution at halfway, and it looks like that's what we're right now setting ourselves up for right now at this moment. So,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. As Justin
Hey,
Clappers.
Dean.
Yes, sir.
Dean, what do you think about IndyCar starting up this weekend and Formula One having a big 3-day practice session also for their upcoming season?
Very interesting. I haven't even had a chance, my friend, to even look at any of it yet. Absolutely haven't had a single chance to. No time between broadcasting to. I haven't even gone over the testing at Formula One, but they do a lot of sandbagging on that one because they don't want to show their true pace of colours. And Indy, haven't seen anything about that yet, mate. I'm looking forward to it. When I get time, I might have a chance to watch it. Maybe.
Rondoletto is the showman, and he is running away with it thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to you, those that are watching.
Whoa! That's, looks like that's Buzz. No, who was it that just licked the fence hard there? Was that, look, there's a few things happening here at the moment. It's tried a little hard, but
Joshua Corner, by the way, chiming in. He says, I told myself I was like, yep, I'm not doing this race tonight. I didn't get to practice enough this past weekend. So Joshua Corner, by the way, coming off of a runner-up finish or podium last night. So that was like a win for him.
Yeah, look at this big problem that Brandon's got at the moment. He's in a very difficult position to turn around. He had to wait for all those cars. Got to get off the racing line, mate. They're coming through at 1,000,000 miles an hour. There he goes. So
Brandon Broadfoot.
He loses it at a horrible spot. The entrance into the bus stop. You'll see it here. And we've seen many, many people do that. Get on the chicane there, just lifts the car up. There he goes around. And then he had to patiently a little tiny lick into the fence. And now he tries to get yanked around. Can't get it a full, complete spin. And then has to stay there and then watch about 10 cars go past, and we saw that in our live pictures.
So Dean, the flag, if we want to go back on camera, let's go back to Lachinsky.
Yes, sir.
He's in 6th. There he is right there, Stephen Lachinsky in the Munster Jam machine. If you want to put it back up on the camera, you can. And I can tell you, as he's on camera, Stephen Lachinsky, he'll pop up here. There he is. That is the Thunderclap Cup Series flag.
Oh, lovely.
Now, if you remember, the Thunderclap Cup Series is what branded off of what now is the NASRA Cup Series, if you remember. That's where it started from, with Justin White in them.
I did not know that. Now I know. Thank you. Learn something new every day. Stephen's going to remind us.
The more you know.
Has he got the jukebox hero in the background there? We feel the jukebox. He's got something over there to the side anyway.
Jukebox hero. Keep trying to challenge me, right?
That I am. Who's the band?
I think it's Foreigner, isn't it?
I think you're right on that one. Yes.
Thank you.
Justin Clapper. We've seen Justin a little bit here. He's even got iRacing. Do iRacing pay you to put that up on the wall there, Justin Clapper? Because I have to pay iRacing to broadcast this every time. I don't.
Yes, Foreigner did Jukebox Hero. That's one of my dad's favorite songs growing up, man, by the way. The other one was It Feels Like the First Time. That's another big favorite song my dad loved. Yeah. I had that song in my head the other day.
Do we have
Remember that song,
Cam?
It Feels Like
we
the
have
First
Buzzy
Time?
Cam. There's Buzz.
Yeah, there's Buzzy Mongol.
And the Nordschleife. And he's currently running down here in P15. We do have Joshua Suscam as well, too. I'm just
a Ryan Blaney championship flag there.
And usual Joshua Suss, who chimes in and keeps us company when he's not racing. At the moment, Joshua Suss is
now
racing.
this is the reason why I'm not a fan of road course races, because now Tuesday night, we had a crazy race with the road course at for the was it the Xfinity series? I think it was. It was a wild race, but or it might have been the trucks actually. Monday night, the truck series, DSR trucks, but they were like 3 and 4 wide, and we had 40 some odd trucks on the racetrack. Dean, we only got 24 cars, and they're all spread out. They're all around in their own little world, and it is just do da do da do da do da do da do da do do. Cue the elevator music, right? I mean,
see Trish and Bruce get completely out of there at the moment, to getting out of the way there of Octavio as he puts a lap on him.
There's only 13 cars in the lead lap of 24 that started. I mean, literally, Octavio Rondoletto has took all these guys to the woodshed, and he's dominating it.
Yeah, he's well, because the Argentinians can turn left and right. It's just I'm not going to be a crowd favorite out there tonight, am I? But they have a driver in Formula One. And you guys used to have a driver in Formula One. You're going to have a team in Formula One next year, I think, or the year after. Anyway, for Andretti. But
Mario Andretti starting the team up.
We need more Americans in Formula One. That's what we do need.
Hendrick tried to do something there with them, and they, Jimmy Johnson, and all them. And,
yeah. Of course, Andretti himself was the last American champion. That's a long time ago. So we're due for another, especially now 3 races in the United States of America. We're due for another US champion, I'm sure, as the sport continues to grow in the United States. Look at those lap times at the moment. So you can see there's only 2 drivers at the moment. Well, one driver in the 11s, in the 11 club, and that's Rondoletto. That's the reason why he's lapping all half the field at the moment up to P13. Dean's on his next hit list. Most of the drivers, of course, are averaging a big spread there at 14, 13 seconds. Generally, what you find happens there, Wesley, as in road courses, in other leagues, I find that they end up splitting it up in like a gold and a silver class split. That way you're battling in your own particular class based off the lap times that you do. It's a little difficult to do it, of course, here in the NASRA Cup Series because of the fact that we have ovals and everybody's even Stevens more on when it comes to ovals.
Yeah, very true.
But on road courses, perhaps in the future, looking at doing some sort of like splitting them into 2 classes just for that one race. As you can see, Octavio just goes completely off the track to get around everybody. But it's a food for thought because, as you see, some drivers just aren't very comfortable around road courses. And you can see
Well, I
that
mean,
with the speed
what
too.
do we run? 1 or 2 road courses a year? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's like we don't run the road courses all the time. So, I mean, you know, hey, thanks to almost 45 tuning in, watching. Thank you. Hit that like and subscribe. We passed a monumental moment on Monday night when we had over 1,000 subscribers. And I think we're still locked at 1,000. So if you are new and you want to jump on, hit that like and subscribe to keep up with everything for the NASRA 360
Look at
Racing
this battle up the
Network.
road. Sorry to cut you off there. Stevie and Justin at it, Tooth and Nail. You can see just Dustin clapped up the road there. Stephen's been applying some pressure for some time now. That's Tony Burlington that we were on board with before. This is all a battle on your pitches for currently in P5. Or is it Coalfield up the road? No, it's P5. There it is.
We'll be seeing that caution flag, by the way, in about a handful of laps now because we are closing in on the end of stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic here.
Yes, sir. More racing coming up this week as well, too, and I'll show you that in a second as Brandon is struggling again. Poor Brandon is off, and he's off completely. He's parked that car. He is not having much luck here this evening, my friend, and there he is off the track. I'm trying to see where it crashed. Oh, I'll have to rewind that a little bit because he's had a hard lick into the fence. He's gone straight on. Have a look at this.
By the way, big thanks to RL Productions. What makes you live? Not your heartbeat. Not the oxygen you breathe. Something makes you feel the life inside you. Something gives you real life, and our passion is finding your passion, living vicariously through your passion. Feel what you feel. Grab that emotion. Translate it through our lens and into the goosebumps of your audience. That is what RL Productions provides. Find more details at rlproductioncrew.com. And, of course, they are a Maryland-based video marketing service and event capture company. And they sponsor Dean the race here at Watkins Glen tonight.
Well, thank him very much for that sponsorship. We'll also thank Bob in a little while, and about 3 laps to go, actually, because TLC sponsored
Yes,
the
TLC Incorporated. Big thanks to Turning Homes in the Maryland, D.C. and Nova area in Showcase for over 40 years. That's right, 4 decades. Outdoor lining and a little love goes a long way. TLCincorporated.com.
Oh, hang on.
As we are moving to
Look at
the
the
end
pit
of
stop.
stage number 2 as pit stops and Rondeletto going ahead of everybody coming down pit road. And this is fair game. You can do this.
Yes, sir. But is he going to give away the stage 2 points? Potentially on this one. It's going to be interesting. He gets the first box, so easy in and easy out. No problems there. He's got nobody in
I
front of
don't
him
know
to
what
block
you're
him.
thinking. Dean, he has like a friggin' 35-second lead over Jackson Wade, okay? So he's probably getting ready to pit and come back out on the track as the points leader and the leader of the race, okay? Like, I mean, he's
No.
in the lead. He's in the lead, and Wade just
Went past.
passed him.
There goes Bo Tiffany. Bo Tiffany got caught off. He saw him.
Yeah,
he thought he could get past him. Went flying around
he
the corner.
just passed him. He just passed him.
Matthew comes in.
Garrett's coming in. Matthew Garrett, MTV. I want my...
So when are the rest of the field going to come in? If anybody can stretch it to the end of stage 2 here, we can. I'll get themselves some nice juicy stage points.
Nice, juicy stage points.
Absolutely.
Not stage points, but
It's-
juicy stage points, people.
Andrew comes in, and Danny's throwback, number 11. If I got that one right. Danny Hamlin.
Oh, I got a question. No, that's Andrew Alzewski. Danny Hamlin.
Yeah.
Alzewski's in the Hamlin throwback for
That's
Mission
what I said,
Sports.
yeah.
Yes, it is.
Go bowling.
Except FedEx is hardly not on the car anymore, right?
Don't-
By the way, final lap of stage. Well, actually, 2 to go. Yeah, we're on lap 2 remaining. 2 remaining on stage 2. Big thanks to Glass Mechanic, by the way.
I reckon that Octavio is going to catch Jackson Wade by the end of the stage
Glass
break.
Mechanic.
Look at this.
Yeah, wow, look at that battle coming up here through
He
the
is
corners.
flying.
Slip sliding.
Remember, he just came out of pit stop, and Jackson Wade has not come out of pit road. So we didn't see Ron Delotto take tyres, but it was a 15-second stationary pit stop. So there he is. Now, it's got to be very cautious of this traffic up the road. They're both going to navigate this traffic. They should be showing the blue flags on these other two cars. We're talking about number 1 and number 2 on the track here. And look at that. Voltavia says, look, Jackson, if you don't get past them, mate, I'm looking at everybody.
Boy, I thought Rondeletto was going to run out of room and tear the Armco barrier down there trying to battle those cars.
So
Man, that was scary.
Got his pit stop done. Still managed to get out ahead of Jackson.
And back to the lead.
Back to the lead.
Yes, sir. Stage win coming up if he can't hold on. 1 to go. Final lap of stage 2.
Now that is
Jackson Wade right on his back door, though, boy.
Gamble.
Look at him.
That is a big, big gamble to give up that track position. But I think he knew it. He knew the pace that he had. He knew that he would be able to get out. Probably wanted to hope to try to get out ahead of Jackson out of the pit stops, but couldn't quite get it done. Said, okay, I've got to get it done on track. I got 2 laps to get it done. Decided to. James is looking at the points. I don't have the updated points, so I can give you the points from last week in a minute. Wow, look at the way he's just throwing that car around. He's just absolutely chucking it, mate.
He's
got to slow down.
Is.
That's a slowdown right there. He cut the corner too much, but don't worry him. A couple more corners to go, and he's got stage 2.
By the way, Jonathan Cofield has the points lead over Bo Tiffany by 8 points. They're tied with Michael Arch. Justin Clapper, 7 back, and then it's Brian Chu, Tristan Bruce, and Jackson Wade, Andrew Alzewski. And remember, the top 20 cars were in the playoffs, and that is something to keep an eye on. Is right now Walton, 3 out of the cutoff. Last lap, here comes Rondeletto. Winner of stage 1 and winner of stage 2. No, Jackson Wade gets around Rondeletto coming off of the final corner. Jackson Wade will win stage 2.
Jackson Wade gets it because of that
slowdown
got around that Octavio had to do.
What the heck? Yeah, what was Rondeletto? Check it up there. Yeah. And the work towards the 90, back through the S's and to the long 2,400-foot backstretch, and that will wrap up stage number 2.
Let's step away and thank some of our sponsors. Do not go anywhere.
Let's do that. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. I want to grab Alzewski first if he's available. I don't see him. No, I'm sorry. I want to grab Rondeletto first, but I don't see Octavio Rondeletto anywhere. So, real quickly, we will grab Jackson Wade. And we'll bring in the Gundog Racing entry before he comes to pit road because he's got a whole other lap under caution, catching the pace car, blah, 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 blah. And you can show his feet. Jackson Wade, you win stage number 2. How's your take of the race so far here at the Glen as you are waiting for the pace car to catch that?
It is, it's definitely a race, really racing the track here. Octavio is just wiping the field, and everybody's super, super quick. I jokingly asked him to pull aside, let me have some stage points, and to my surprise, he did. So,
oh wow,
for that. But yeah, I mean, it's good. The race overall is okay, but we're just racing the track here and gonna get what we can here at Watkins Glen.
So you learn a little something more here as they head behind the S's, behind the pace car. The more you know there, and so he said, "Hey man, pull aside, let me get a stage win, get 1 more point more than you," and that's exactly what he did. Jackson, racing with socks on. You don't like shoes?
I've actually got my sim shoes, but I go back and forth. These are the Maradness socks, so they've got like little grippies on the bottom, so it's basically like shoes.
Like the ones you wear.
Are they pink or red? Are they pink or red?
They're red.
They're red. There you go.
Red like my car.
Red makes you go faster. Jackson Wade, you just don't like using that clutch, mate, because I haven't seen you use that clutch once.
I am not talented enough to use the heel-toe method.
Okay. We're talking about that on the air. Yeah, when I've seen that before. So you're using the sequential shifters on the steering wheel for your gears?
Yes. Yeah. So I've got a sequential shifter here on my right side, but yeah, it not really heel-toe method for this car, but maybe if I was in Xfinity or trucks, I'd try it. But blip throttle does just enough to get it up to the next gear and down to the previous gears.
So they're getting ready to make pit stops, and obviously you've heard of Clifford the Big Red Dog. Meet Jackson Big Red Feet. The TKO kid will win stage 2 here at the Glen, and we are going to step away and take a break and settle in for stage 3 of the RL 160 for the NASRA Cup Series playoffs. Stay with us.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If you have an outdoor project that we could help you with, we have 0% financing for a year. So if you have a project, you won't be using your money, why not use our money? Doesn't cost you anything. Now's the time to be thinking about that project you always wanted to get done. It might be a lawn sprinkler, might be outdoor lighting, might be drainage, and or maybe outdoor holiday lighting that you need help with. Now's the time to be thinking about that. Give us a call at the office, 410-721-2342, or hit the link below to find out more about TLC's financing options.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
Back here at Watkins Glen, RL Productions 160, and it would not be race night without checking in with our buddy from the Door Bang and Download, host of the Redneck Announcer and my color analyst and other guy on many nights, Jacob Reeves. Jacob, what's up, brother?
Going a little bit left and going a little bit of right tonight. What y'all up to?
I mean, it looks like you're doing pretty good. You normally hate this place.
I do. I mean, I really do. I'm actually shocked that I'm where I'm at right now, up here inside the top 10. I figured I would have probably got wrecked right at the start, but 57's looking pretty good with Blue Line Racing, and we're just going to try to see if we can dodge some chaos, because usually these restarts we end up seeing some big wrecks or seeing somebody spit out. So we got a little chaos we got to try to dodge, and then we got to go all the way to 65, I reckon.
Are you having second thoughts about what you feel about Watkins Glen, or you still hate this place?
I still hate this place. I will always hate this place. I'm telling you, I wish they would just mow this sucker down and just go ahead and make it, just go ahead and put some trees up, put a lot of deer here, and just have a big old deer field. That's what I think, they ought to do, at least for here. But it always produces some action. It's just, I don't think there's been a whole lot of action here this evening, though.
Jake, if we gave
maybe
you one of
it's
those
because
fancy...
he's on the track team. He's on the track team, and he's not in the booth. That's why he hates this place right now. I mean,
if we gave him one of those fancy new sports car Corvettes or something like that, you want to take that. You'd want to be first place. You'd want to go straight up on Watkins Glen and throw that car around, my friend, because you wouldn't want to take a sports car like that on an oval. There you go. You wouldn't take that.
So I take it, Dean, you would never go. I take it, Jacob, you would never go to a real NASCAR race at a road course, would you?
Absolutely not. I mean, you're only going to see the cars about 100 times, give or take. I mean, you won't even be able to see them when they. I mean, if you're back here on the back stretch, you ain't going to be able to see nothing over there on the front stretch, unless you look at TVs. So,
oh my goodness,
I just ain't a fan of these places. I hate them.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Wow. There you go. Thanks for your time.
All right.
Thank y'all.
If Jacob wins, he's going to hand his winning trophy over to somebody else because he hates the track.
Oh, I love it. That's why I love the Redneck Announcer, Jacob Reeves. And
I believe we've got...
There you go. Go get him, Jacob. Keep going on, brother.
We've also got the boss of the NASRA Cup Series in here with us.
Do we, Justin White? Justin, they hate road courses, by the way.
Yeah, they do. They do. I do want to say that the race stage one will be under further admin review, so the stage results you see are not official.
As far as with Rondeletto winning stage one?
You mean the 96 winning stage one? It is under review.
Jackson Wade stage two, that was. I think.
Okay, Jackson
Yeah,
Wade
stage
won
2. Yeah, stage 2. Sorry,
Yes.
stage 2. My bad. Stage 2.
Yeah, well,
So yeah, it
you
is
know,
under
you
review.
did hear Wade say, "Hey, on the broadcast, Rondeletto, pull over, man. Let me get a stage win here." And
Yes.
I guess they're saying he pulled to the side and let
Hey, y'all
Jackson
kick
Wade
me back
have
to
it.
blue line real quick.
Put it back to
Kick me
blue
back to blue
line.
line.
We're going
You
green.
know, back at it.
Because you hate this. You hate this damn drag racing.
Green.
All right, Justin. Thank you for that update, man. So
Yes, sir.
what's up for review? Somebody might got busted for trying to alter the race there, Dean, if you will.
Oh, I'm gonna
Holy
see if
camole!
they get busted going down into turn 1, and that's Bo Tiffany going off. So somebody was
In
screaming
the
out for
90.
Bo.
Yeah, he's in that sharp 90-degree angle there. Hold on to it. Working through the S's. By the way, that was Jacob Reeves, Blue Line Racing, the redneck announcer, already to 7th. Holy cow. He's coming up fast in the 57 there, Dean.
Yep. He might have to go talk to Justin about handing that race win over if he catches Octavio.
I am on a mission. Remember that movie of a mercenary doombringer?
Oh,
And that's what
big one
Jacob
up the
Reeves
road.
got. Clapper around.
Clapper.
Justin Clapper goes around in the bus stop.
And you know what that'll
And
do?
they ain't stopping.
That puts Jacob Reeves up 7 places currently at the moment. Him and Merck. Oh, that'll be interesting when they find each other on the track soon, mate. But there it is. There's Jeff
Jacob
Merck. He's in
Reeves
the
is
back of
5th.
Caulfield.
Jacob Reeves is now in 5th. Wow.
Have a look at Merck and his racing rig, my friend. You can see it bumping around. This is where you're really going to feel your motion rig, my friend. Here ahead. You're jumping those chicanes here at the Glen.
Wow. Jacob Reeves right now in the 5th position.
Right behind him right there, my friend. I think we'll just give him a big boost there. Dean's gone into pit road. Now, some of these drivers will be, well, they've just come out of pit road, so he might have been involved in one of those earlier incidents. So quickly have a look at what happened to Justin Clapper here. Is no doubt it's in the bus stop chicane, and it will be.
We'll certainly watch it into the corner, and there's Clapper.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, he got into him there, didn't he?
I'm just wondering if Dean gets into them now. We've had another accident, and Tony has gone off the track.
And there's the RL Productions, actually, number 79 of Burleson. And here's a replay. Heading towards the bus stop.
He can check in, but he can never check
There
out.
it is. There it is.
Yeah,
the bus
lifted it
stop.
up. That's a
When
hard
he
lick.
hits the rumble
Oh.
strip. Wow. Holy cow, what a
Oh,
hit. And then he
gets
got
tagged.
hit from another
33.
angle. And then Johnson hit the Armco barrier to avoid Burleson's car. And he done damage to the left front. Look at that. It's all locked up on the left front.
Yeah, let's have a look at Johnson. This is going to be a little bit painful.
So we're being told by NASRA and the Cup Series officials, you heard it because the race director purposely came into the server and said that stage 2's finish is under review. So gotta wonder. I mean, would you get it? Do you think Rondeletto would get in trouble for just, if you will, Dean, giving up the lead and letting Wade take it? I mean,
you shouldn't really, at the end of the day, say anything, because what I thought
is there a
happened,
conspiracy behind that? I mean,
what I thought had happened earlier, this fantastic battle, Justin Clapper's around Buzzy Mongold there, Andrew, and that's Justin Clapper, as you can see live on your pictures, and I'm sure that there's a few words like that coming out of his 63. Yeah, Cody Knight, unfortunately, has had a crash as well. But going
look at
back
Justin
to that,
Clapper. Oh, he's mad. Yeah, we just saw the beep come out.
Yeah. He was battling side by side with that one too. We'll go back and have a look at this. So this is what's happened just a little bit earlier with Cody Knight. Just can't find any traction out of the exit of the last turn, and hard licking the fence and puts him back in the pit road.
Hey,
Going
Justin
back to
Clapper
Clapper.
struggling, ain't he? Wow.
So
Cody Knight as well. Look at
this
this.
is Clapper. He gets a good exit out of the bus stop. All right, so he's got the inside line, and he just comes up
Joshua
into the
Suss.
yeah. That's a hard
He
one.
just bounced off the driver passenger side of the 80 of the passenger side of the 80 of Suss and went around there. And then you saw Justin Clapper's reaction. He's like, "What are you doing?
Stevie!
Chinsky around." the cheesehead from Wisconsin. He's like, what in the world? What the heck, man? Come on.
Yeah, this is what's happening to Steve. Of course, there's not live pictures of the camera now, but
he's talking to somebody. Steven Lachinsky, watch this. Lachinsky, watch this. Oh, wow, he just lost it on his own.
Look at all the lines of the cars that have gone straight into the fence there, mate. So many
yes, they
people.
have. Can't make this up. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, well, it's a very, very calm and organised first couple of stages. So now in the stage 3, everything's just going all pearl-shaped for a lot of these drivers. Let's see if Matty can keep it on the road. He's 4 positions down. Bo Tiffany's up the road. Bo Tiffany had that moment earlier. He ran wide, but I did think he kept it out of the fence. Going back up to that situation with Octavio, because he went really, really deep coming out to one of the corners of the bus stop. If you go too far off the track, iRacing will give you a slowdown, which means that you have to slow down to a certain delta and you can't go any quicker. And that's what, to me, allowed the other drivers, Jackson Wade and stuff, to come through. So if I was him, I'd say, well, I got the slowdown, so I had to yield the position. But if he's specifically listened to to Jackson Wade asking about it, then perhaps that is a no-no into the eyes of the officials.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I do know that Octavio Rondoletto is not, let me clarify it to our audience, he is not a full-time competitor on the series.
No. Let's look at those standings. I'll get that sorted out for you, sir.
I just said it earlier. Yeah. Cofield's the point leader. He's got an 8-point lead over Bo Tiffany and Michael Arch, who were tied for second coming into tonight's event. 7 back was Justin Clapper. 7 points back also is Tristan Bruce, Brian Chu, and Jackson Wade was 4 back in 7th. Alzewski, followed by Buzzy Mongold, Jeff Burke, your top 10. They're all 1 back. And then, of course, it's Matt Garrett, Matt Holmes, Jacob Reeves, Dean Gagliano, Cody Knott, Anthony Burleson, Jeffrey Johnson, Chase Albright, Joshua Corner, and Robert Walton are your 20 drivers that are in the playoffs. That's where it stands right now.
Tristan Bruce for the Tristan Bruce fans out there, currently running in P6 up 3 positions. He's behind Jacob Reeves down up the road, and he's ahead here of Bo Tiffany. But for how long Bo Tiffany's starting to apply that pressure there, but the 35 Ford out there, because there's Robert Tiffany saying can't destroy this track. I remember back in when Formula 1 ran here, Formula 1 did run here as well, back in the day.
And remember, Cofield won last week at Vegas, so he automatically, Dean, moves into the to the semifinal round.
Yes, sir.
Next week, we're going to Bristol. It's Bristol, baby.
Yep, there it is up on the schedule.
That's right. Darlington, Talladega, Phoenix, the semifinal round of Elite 12. And then that Championship 6 race will be decided at Auto Club Speedway on April the 2nd. There's your upcoming schedule.
Close your eyes and hold on and hang on when you go through that section of the track. We've seen so many people make so many mistakes. Braden Schumann's had a big smash into the fence as well, too, and he's had to maybe retire that car down a pit road, but guess where it's at? Jack Wesley, feels like it's a broken record, isn't it? We're seeing cars constantly. This one's a completely different area that he's lost it into, but still, straight into that fence where you get your hot zone seats right there. You're going to have a car coming at you at 100 miles an hour. That'll be fun. Wonder if you'd stand next to the fence that confidently, or if you'd jump back from the fence when you see these cars about to hit the apron.
Me? I don't think it would scare me at all, man. I love racing. I love the rumble and the cars and the excitement and all it provides. And
Cody Knott's been in the pit road for 6 minutes and change trying to get that repair done. You saw that hard lick that he had into the fence. Up to you if you want to pull Cody Knott in for a chin wagon, because he's not racing out on the track at the moment.
That's Cody Knott. What's going on in his life? What do we? Yeah, let's hey, Cody,
doing a good job.
Yes, Cody's doing good. Let's bring in Cody. Not before he gets the hell out of Dodge, I guess.
Yeah, I can't see if he's sitting in his car down there.
Let's check it out, Cody. Cody, you're on pit road, man. What's going on with the 26 Post Poppers car?
What's up, guys? My left front got broken when I think it was the 79 when he hit the wall in the S's, the chicane.
Burleson.
I was trying to stay as low as possible, and then I clipped him, and then it gave me a 6X, so it just broke my left front. And then from there, I just couldn't get it steered. So I just figured when I hit the wall next, coming into right here, where you're going.
Oh yeah, that's when you did it right there when you finally broke there, huh?
Yeah, I just broke completely. I was close enough to the pit road where I just pulled it in, and I'm fixing it all now. So, still sitting 17th. Hopefully, I'm able to recover by more people falling out or whatever, get some more points, stay in it, because next week's a cut week at Bristol. So
right now, what are you just on the clock to take time to get service and try to get back out there, limping to the finish, basically with under 25 to go?
Yeah, essentially, I'm actually coming out right now. I just finished all of it. It's about 6.5 minutes of damage, so it's all finished now.
So we don't want to bug the Warrior Racing entry anymore. So, are you helping out Buzzy any? I mean, how do you help out your road course teammate if differently than like on an oval track?
I've been telling Buzzy to kind of stay calm on the comms, to keep his mind in it and not to worry about chatting with me too much, and trying to make sure that he keeps distractions out of his mind. So all it is that's in front of him is the track and then his braking points.
Yes, you do you, right? You do you, boo-boo.
Essentially, you got to here at a road course, pay 100% attention, make sure you don't miss a mark and then go around and then ruin your race like I did, essentially.
There you go. Cody, thanks for your time, buddy. Have you get back out there and take it to the finish.
Yeah, thanks.
Needing to get points, our buddy
Jacob
with Warrior Racing Esports, Cody
right now. He's trying to hold off Tristan Bruce and Bo Tiffany. I don't think Jacob Reeves was planning on being 7 positions up, currently running in P5, but he's doing a solid job, I'd have to say. He's trying to get the fear of the Glen out of his head.
Do you see that there's 2 35s behind Reeves? Do you see that? Tristan Bruce is in a 35. I thought he was in car 23.
Yeah,
why the hell did he change his number? No, he changed his number. Look at that.
Yep, we got beef.
We do got beef. Cue it up here, Dean.
I don't have it, actually. This is a confusing thing, because Bo Tiffany's car's 35, Tristan Bruce's car's 35.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I said you got 2 35s behind one another. Usually
Tristan Bruce
is in the 23 car.
Yeah.
Bo Tiffany is supposed to be the original car 35. Nonetheless, though, we're closing in on the Ron Deletto running away with this one, man. Look at Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer.
Guess who's had another off? We'll try to show it real quickly. Poor Brandon Schumann, my friend. He just cannot have a good day here in this bus stop. He's just... You think Jacob doesn't like the Glen. I'm pretty sure Brandon Schumann hates the Glen at the moment, mate. He has had another hard lick into the fence. He's had
Wouldn't you be a crushed Dr. Pepper, too?
He's honestly had about 4 crashes, hard crashes so far. I'm amazed the car's still out. He gets it fixed and he gets back out there. But good on him for sticking with it.
Keep rolling like Limp Bizkit, right? Keep rolling.
Yep, here we go. So Tristan Bruce got a good exit out of the bus stop there and maintaining that pressure. That's actually helping Jacob Reeves now because they were starting to catch up then. They'll start to put the pressure on him, but now that little battle there between Tristan Bruce and Bo Tiffany's allowing a little bit of breathing space now. It's all Jacob can pray for with 20 to go.
Take it to the finish.
Yes, sir.
Push it to the limit.
I don't think it's going to be interesting, Coat. There's Octavio. He's just absolutely hammering this machine around. He's got a 13-second gap to the rest of the field. There's Jackson Wade. We don't know yet to be decided whether or not he gets that P1 or P2 in stage 2.
Hey, by the way, we're also in the Premier Racing Setups 20 to go. And we'll thank our partner here. Remember to mention NASRA. Get 15% off of your order. 15% also go back to NASRA's pocket. Premier Racing Setups, a part of the NASRA Cup Series. And, you got to wonder, what are they going to do? Like, what will the penalty be if there is one, right? I mean...
Well, I mean...
Do you feel like they purposely... can you say like that was like trying to rig the finish of the race, I guess?
He's not
or the stage.
Remember, he's not a full-time driver, as you mentioned. So they
can't
can't really punish him by saying you're not getting enough points or whatever for the playoffs because he can't go in the playoffs anyway. He could be racing in the playoffs, but he won't be racing as in a competitor in the playoffs.
But I'm not saying that it's in favor of Rondeletto.
Oh, you
but
mean
doing
Jackson
it
Wade?
for Jackson Wade.
Well, it's interesting because it's whoever finishes across the line first takes the stage break win. They have to reverse that outside, or they might just flip it around. So the stage break win won't go to Jackson Wade, and he'll end up that P2, which will still be a good handful of points.
That's what I was trying to determine. Like, what would the penalty be on them? Like, are they going to suffer a penalty? Could Jackson Wade possibly have his stage be disallowed because they might think that he purposely, with the help of Rondeletto, fabricated the finish of the race, I guess.
If he asked and the other driver did it, it couldn't be his fault. As Jacob goes off into the grass, there's going to be a bit of pressure right now as a building up speed. He's trying to survive the bus stop. Well, it's kind of like if I said to you, if Jacob says right now to Octavio, hey, pull over and let me win the race. I mean, if Octavio does it, that's on Octavio, not on the person asking.
Right.
As Tristan Bruce gets past Jacob Reeves, so that capitalizing on that little mistake that Jacob made on the exit of the bus stop. Jacob now's got to just get his head down there and keep that pace up, tuck in behind Tristan Bruce there, and keep Bo Tiffany at bay. He's in a good, solid top 10 position here, and he's got to lock up a little bit going in the corner. Trying to take that position back. That's not good. He's got to turn Tiffany. Brucey.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's definitely on our redneck announcer for that one. I could kind of see that one coming. He went too hard, and that's why he saw that brake lock up and turned him.
Well, I think everybody in the world's freaking out right now, Dean, because it says Facebook is off. Facebook is shut down again.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. What are you going to do with your life?
I don't even use it, so it doesn't worry me. Yeah, have a look at that. It's just too deep. Sorry, Jacob. You went too deep into that corner. You weren't going to... It wasn't going to stick. That's why the lock-up... You can see the four wheels already locking up before he gets into him. I think Jacob realized this is my bad.
Wow.
Oh, so much. That was almost...
Jacob Reeves and Tristan Bruce there battling.
Yes, sir.
James Jackson, to answer your question, Jackson Wade asked Rondeletto, hey, dude, would you pull over and let me get this stage win for me to get stage points? And I think that's what's in question here. So, I don't know. I mean, you listen, you saw it happen with the Waltrips and Michael Waltrip Racing and Clint Boyer, and we saw some stuff happen last year where at, I think it was Martinsville, there was illegal radio chatter going on with the drivers and teams trying to hold other cars up. I mean, I just don't know.
That's a little different, that one, isn't it? But, hey,
that's
Wesley,
above our
can you give me $1 million?
Right?
Can you give me $1 million?
I mean,
I can ask for it. Whether you're going to give it to me is a different question.
Now let me clarify. Nobody said, and neither did Justin White say, that there's going to be a punishment or a penalty or a suspension or a disqualification or anything like that. All he simply said was right now the finish of stage number 2 is under further review. It is not official yet.
That's correct.
So, I mean, maybe they need to get together and talk about it. I don't know, yeah.
Fuzzy Mongol a little bit wide on that one, Justin. This is exactly the same position where making a little mistake now puts you under massive pressure coming in the next couple of turns. That's what happened to Jacob, and Justin Clapper's going to put some pressure there on Buzzy. And this is what we saw. If Justin can make it stick here, and he's going to get it a little bit too deep, Buzzy's going to fight back here. And absolutely, why not? But he will actually lifts off the loud pedal. Let's have a look at Buzzcam. And that's a switcheroo battle at the moment between these two drivers that are still on the lead lap. 11 for 12.
Sure is, going to the finish. $15 laps to go.
A lot of concentration on these drivers too, my friend. And a little bit different than super speedway racing when down the main straightaways. You've got a bit of time to kind of look away or scratch a nose or something like that. But around here in the Glen, You don't have that a lot of time. Get up and get yourself a drink out of the fridge. Get yourself a cold one. I don't think Octavio could. Do you look at the difference in the way Octavio's throwing this car around? Like, he's using so much of the track limits as possible. You can goes right out right there. Not all the drivers have been doing that. And you watch to see how he just chucks these things into the apexes, get right in there. Goes out wide. See, once again, uses a lot of that track. But when he's approaching the chicanes, you see it. The wheel's kind of straight when it's coming onto the chicanes. There's an oversteer moment coming out of the exit of the last turn. But he can handle it. He knows he must be just lifting off at the right point before the rear axle starts to fully go on you and you go into a spin. That's just pushing the car at its absolute limit.
Closing in on under 15 remaining. So this race coming to the end here.
Amazing. Yeah, brilliant driving. But that's when you're studying the tape. I'd say for a lot of these drivers that just don't like the Glen or struggle with the Glen, just get on there and roll back the tape later on and ride on board with Octavio and see how he's driving the car.
And James Jackson, I understand your point. It is not our call. We have nothing to do with it. You're getting exhausting over something we don't make that decision. So you need to contact Justin White, not me.
Justin may come back in to
we're the broadcast booth. We don't have nothing to do whether he's going to get penalized or lose points or stage points or playoff points or get DQ'd or anything. I mean, it's up to what they do. Joshua Suss in trouble. Oh boy.
Oh dear. I was just about to go to you.
I gotta wonder, Dean. Pit road is going to be opening here in a few minutes. We got to see guys make a pit stop because I don't think they can go to the finish of this race. I think they're about 10 laps short.
I don't think so. I think you're right on that one. Let's have a look what happened with Joshua Suss. He goes too deep in the corner and he's locked the brakes, trying to keep it out of the fence. Didn't quite happen. He's back on track. Should be okay, but he is 8 laps down from our race leader here, who's navigating some of the traffic again. Currently at the moment has, I think, oh wow, it's a bit of a check up to the leader on that one, isn't it? Oh
yeah.
You know, at the moment, I think traffic is Octavio's worst enemy on this one, navigating through all these cars. And he's not lifting off either when he's passing these cars. He's not playing it safe there, Wesley. He's just gun-hoing it. He's putting a lot of faith in these other drivers getting out of his way. And if they make any mistakes, I've seen a few of those drivers make mistakes up the road ahead of him, and he's somehow, luckily, managed to avoid that. But as I said, that's going to be his biggest beef that he's going to have here this evening if he wants to win this race. It's certainly not the pace that's a problem for him. It's going to be traffic.
No, it's not. We're closing to the final dozen laps of this race here. And I got a feeling we're going to see pit road here open up in a few minutes. I just
remember it was 100% fuel. We did see Rondeletto take an early pit stop out of everybody else with 2 laps or so to go at the end of stage 1. He took that pit stop, came out ahead behind Jackson Wade. Eventually took it to, was it the end of stage 2? I can't quite remember now. No, it was the end of before stage 2. It's way back now.
Man, I feel like I'm at Martinsville or Bristol with those brake rotors glowing on some of these cars as well. As there you see Rondeletto, man, just get alongside the passenger door of Clapper.
Don't forget what's coming up, of course, that we have this week. As you can see, even Rondeletto locks it up there. And
whoa, in the 90. He's in the 90, and Rondeletto, boy. Definitely. You see them brake rotors glowing cherry red? So the fuel window is 35 laps, is what I was just told. So I'm oh my goodness, it's going to be close. That's all I can say.
There's no way this man's lifting and coasting either. He is absolutely going to burn through that gasoline. He's got a 23-second gap. That's not enough. That's not enough to come down. It's going to cost you.
And remember, last time he pitted was on. The last time he pitted was on lap 32.
Yes, sir. Look how wide he takes that compared to every other driver. Right off. You're allowed to do that in certain parts of the track, of course, without getting a iracing slowdown penalty. Do they change this one for you? Do they change the brake calipers in the pit stops in the NASRA?
No, you can't. I mean, if you have a brake caliper issue, brake rotor issue, you go to the pits, you go on the DVP clock.
Right.
It's not something you can just go down pit road and have it fixed immediately.
Yeah, they swap them out the supercars.
Okay, so hey, hang on, Dean. About 5 laps short is what Brandon Broadfoot's saying, so I was dead on it. I said 10, but it's going to be about 5 laps shy. So we're thinking around lap 60, coming up with 10 to go.
Yeah.
We got a feeling we're going to see guys come down pit road. Now, just like last night, Dean, who could go for the undercut?
Yes, sir. Brandon, I know that you've retired from the 22 car. I don't know if you want to give us a quick chat, if we've got time, about your race. I know that you're having not a... it was more Brandon Schumann that was having a lot more problems than you were, my friend, but you had a lot of earlier crashes too. Something about Brandon's and the Glen, mate. And the Watkins Glen. Both Brandon's just
Brandon Schumann and Brandon Broadfoot, right? Is that
both
what you're
not having
about?
luck around this road course. Good to go. Downey's got that flag ready.
Yeah, like I said, get it ready because it's about to start happening here.
Because they're kind of all spread out on the track too. I'll show you that track map, but there's no close battles, not at least no cars that are under a second. Look at that track map. They're all very much spread out, but that might spice and dice things up again soon if we do have these pit stops coming up. Also won't increase any chances of a caution as well too, because iRacing will throw a caution, or perhaps race control will throw a caution if the track's blocked. So you usually see that on street circuits like Chicago and things like that, where there's literally nowhere for the cars to go.
Yeah, we're down to the home stretch of this one, as you said, and like we mentioned, I got a feeling pit road is about to become a busy place. I just don't see them making it to the finish. I just don't. I don't see it as a possibility.
As Trip Bruce is just confirming what you were saying before about the mechanical issues, was it? DVP?
Well, we were talking about the damaged vehicle policy clock or things like that. So, yeah,
we
no
just get the
damaged
welding
vehicle
gloves out,
policy
mate,
on
in
mechanical
Australia.
failures.
They
there
actually
you go.
have a little fast clipping. Look at the way he's just hitting the accelerator. Once again, he pushes it to the absolute limit here. We're talking about this man, Octavio. He pushes it to the absolute limit where he knows that the rear end of the car is slipping out. It's sliding. It's got wheel spin. But then he's just lifting off just before it's at the pinch point where he knows it's going to lose it. He has to slow a big time here. Thankfully he did. I thought Octavio might try to find his way around the outside of the bus stop. Didn't quite work for him, so now he's going to get him on the inside. Dangerous place to be up on that chicane too.
And I'm going to tell you what, we need to stay with the leader, Rondoletto, because if he doesn't hit, I mean, man, I don't want to say run out of fuel, but if he tries to gamble and go to the finish and runs out of fuel, man, it's going to be heartbreak for this guy, especially after the sheer domination he's had. I don't know. Part of me wants to say, come to pit road, go for an undercut if you can, Jacob, as he heads back toward the 90, Dean, I'm sorry, and at least splash and go. You ain't got to worry about tires, but at least splash and go, because if he tries to become a hero and becomes a zero on the last lap and runs out of fuel, man, that's just going to be, man.
I can be your hero, baby. We do have a nice little battle brewing. I might have to switch away from our race leader for a second. I just want to see how that battle's brewing up here with Stevie now onto the tailpipe, the 66 there on Roberto. Don't go through, ooh, mate. I don't know how many times
you're showing a battle with a car a lap down. You're showing a battle with cars a lap down. I mean, they're both a lap down, dude.
Yeah, they are a lap down.
They're in the back.
But they are close on the track. That's why I wanted to show you the 9th and 10th that they're going for currently.
Yeah, they're single file. I mean, they're both a lap down. What is there, 8 cars on the lead lap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jacob Reeves is the last car, Dean,
He's
on the
right
lead
there.
lap.
I think.
Right.
Where's Jacob? There's,
Yeah, the leader's running it
there's
down.
Jacob.
He's running it. Yeah, there he is. Run, Jacob, run!
Don't let him get you, Jacob. 6 to go, and we're thinking out to go on a pit road. How much of a fight's Jacob going to? He's not going to. But the thing is, on a road course, but the blue flags are pretty powerful, mate. You do kind of get out of the way. You don't have to so much on an oval, but especially when Octavio.
Oh, boy.
Octavio's not taking any gambles here, mate. He's taking risks, mate. He's going to send a car somewhere, whether you like it or not.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, see?
But here's the thing, though, Dean. The more and more he races hard with these lap cars,
Yeah.
the more and more that he's using up his fuel.
Yes, sir. Oh, see, Jacob's got around
Reeves!
because of the pressure, and he's in a
Jacob
dangerous
Reeves, hold
spot.
it.
He's got to stay
Hold
here.
it, Jacob. Hold it, Jacob.
Now he's got to back up. Yep.
Oh, son of a biscuit.
Steven goes through. Oh!
Oh,
Justin Clapper hits him.
son of a bus stop. Oh, wow. Let's check in on Jacob now. I don't think he's going to be too happy. What do you think,
We're
Dean?
checking in on Jacob right now. Hey, Jacob's got thrown off by the leader coming through. He should have just stuck to his own. I think he's looked at his mirrors and he's realized, oh, Octavio's, I've got to get out of the way. But no, you've got to drive your own race and be predictable at that point. And that's what's happened. It's thrown him off. The leader's thrown him off. Now, nothing that Octavio's done wrong. Jacob's just flying through those corners, probably.
Wow, look
briefly
at
for a
Octavio
second.
dirt tracking it, man. Wow.
He's probably briefly checked his mirrors for a second, and they're taking his
Yeah.
eyes
Now
off
stay
the
with it.
important exit.
The stay with it, by the way, at Redneck Announcer 57 on for Jacob Reeves for the door banging download. Now watch this right here. Out of nowhere.
Clap up.
Whoa, Clapper.
That's going to be
Clap on, clap off.
That's going to be a fault.
The
That will be
clapper.
a fault to Jacob for that too, because it's an unsafe entry. He shouldn't have started to move back onto the racing line when other cars are coming. So he will get a little naughty for that one from Justin White.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Son of a biscuit eater, son of a bus stop.
You've just got to be predictable when coming back onto the racetrack. If you're on the
Is he
racetrack,
going to pit though?
Sorry.
We're at 5 to go now. So are they going to come to pit road here, Dean? That's the question.
Not this time. It's just past the entrance.
There is no idea of knowing which direction he is going. Will he stop or will be slowing? Look at Rondeletto, brake rotors in the 90, getting around sus.
Yeah, he's got a bit of traffic
my
up the road
goodness.
too. He's going to be navigating through. I think he would love to have lapped every single driver in the field, but at the moment he's got to get another 7 more. Well, sorry, 6 more. And Tristan Bruce is next up on his hit list. Ooh.
God, wow, hold on, Tristan Bruce.
Yep. That's not
Hilly's Camaro in front of the leader. Remember what happened with Reeves in front of the leader earlier?
Yeah, this is what I said. This is what Octavio's got to be cautious of. Drivers making
He's going
mistakes
to have
up the
to
road.
pit. Rondeletto. You got a 30-second lead over your competition. What the hell are you doing? 3 laps to go now. Side by side, Tristan Bruce gives him a little chin music. He goes off of the Armco area of the apron.
Absolutely. Tristan Bruce is going to be careful here. It seems that the Octavio, the showman, is showing every
Free to
driver
go.
at the moment.
And he ain't pitted yet. He ain't stopped yet, Dean. I can't believe this.
3 to go. Is he running on vapors for sure? We can't show you the
He's
field.
got to be on fumes.
Yep.
He's got to be on fumes. He has to be.
I'm just wondering if he's lifting it all yet. Let's have a look at the dashboard. He's not at full revs yet. Well, he's at 5th gear, is it? Drops it down, of course, into the bus stop here. Goes down to 3rd. To chuck it in left and right. Left again and another right. Now get on that loud pedal. Now, is he fully accelerating? He'll just you cruise this because it's just a corner that keeps going and going and going and going. This is the corner that never stops.
Here it is.
He hits the rev lit up.
Working. Yes, it is. Watch this now. Rondeletto coming through the turn 6 and 7 now. That sharp left. Right-hand turn. He ain't stopping yet.
This is
Wade is back 29 seconds to Rondeletto. This is 2 to go here at the start-finish line.
Now, he's not as... Yeah, see, he's popping the rev limiter all the time, so... He's not gingerly driving. He is still... But he's also got to be very cautious, of course. That's Matthew up the road there. He wants to...
Gerald Poole just chimes in, Dean, and he says, as team owner of FKR, I'll take the heat for the stage finish under review. It was my call when I heard the ask.
Okay.
And if I remember, Gerald Poole is that Jackson's dad? I think it is. Or Gerald Poole is Gerald Poole is a part of the Flaming Karma people, I believe.
Yes. He races on.
So well, the car owner says I'm going to take the blame for it. 2 to go. So maybe Gerald told Octavio to pull away, slow down, and let Wade get the stage win for the points.
We'll see if we get the clarification. So we know Justin White is probably listening to the broadcast. The Justin White probably pop in there towards the end soon after we have a chat to the drivers and give us a recap of that once he's looked at everything.
White flag.
Yep, there is Barney.
This is
There's
it.
The white flag.
This is it. Final lap. Rondeletto, the Darren's detailing shine 1 to go. Waves hitting to the 90 for the final time with brake rotors is Argentinian Octavio Rondeletto, but he's working his way. He might. I can't believe this. I can't believe he's going to the finish on fuel, Ding. I'm blown away. I cannot believe he didn't pit.
You got Argentinian moonshine running on the back of that car, mate. It's got a little bit extra. He's got to be cautious here. He's not going to go side by side through here. He's just going to have to wait. It will slow him down, but he's got that 29-second gap. It's not a problem. He doesn't need to risk it for the biscuit. There he goes, past the 51. That's of another car being lapped down.
Mr. Restrictor Plate, and this is not a Restrictor Plate track either. Coming out of the carousel, working into turn number 6 now. And this guy could literally probably coast from here over a 31-second lead over the rest of the field. 6 cars on the lead lap, and the 6th place car is 55 seconds back for Rondeletto. Here he comes. Checkered flag. Rondeletto from Argentina wins the RL Productions 160, a race that lasted 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 50 seconds. Sheer domination by Octavio Rondeletto.
Jackson Wade will come
Unbelievable.
to the P2. Yep, as he comes around. That's how much of a gap he has. Jackson Wade's coming around the final couple of quarters now to secure that P2.
This is second right here.
Yep.
Yeah. This is second place now.
And then Caulfield.
Third behind him is Cofield. He's right there in Wade's area. So there's your podium.
And Jeff Merckx.
And every other car a lap down or more is almost 55 seconds back to the leader. Merckx coming around. He'll finish, I believe, in 4th. Bo Tiffany behind him. There's the top 5 for these guys. And remember, Dean, that's like a win for Jeff Merckx, right? I mean, he struggled earlier, got in a wreck.
Yeah, exactly. Quite good for Pookie to come back there on the road course. This is obviously one of those, I think Octavio would be very, very happy with the results on this one because remember, he himself and his Argentine teammates are working towards getting into the NASCAR Coca-Cola East Series. And a nice dominating track. Dominating a track course, a road course is also a good one to have to your resume because they will go there as well too, of course, in the Coke Series, and he'll be happy with that. And you can see,
and man, if I'm keeping score here, I know that Rondeletto is not, as you would call, a full-time competitor, but Rondeletto obviously not running for the championship. He just wants to win. Rondeletto has now done just that. And Octavio now has picked up being 34th in the points in 7 starts, his 3rd win in the NASRA Cup Series.
Absolutely brilliant. This is redemption for him, isn't it, for just missing out on the Xfinity Series last night?
Yeah, last night he lost the championship. You're right, lost the championship to Ryan Johnson. But could you imagine what we would see if Octavio was a full-time competitor, if he ran all of the NASRA Cup Series events? I mean, wow.
Yeah, we're probably lucky to have him before he heads off at the Coca-Cola Esports the way he's going, but there's your results.
That's his goal, heading towards the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. As Octavio Rondeletto, the showman, wins again for FKR. Flaming Karma Racing, Jackson Wade second, Jonathan Cofield third. We'll talk to him on the podium here next. Mark Tiffany, top 5. Garrett Bruce Lachinsky, Walton Clapper, top 10. Reeves, Mongold, Alzuski, Chew, Albright, Knott, Suss, Larch, top 18. Rest of the rundown of, I believe, 24 cars, including the drivers of Schumann. He struggled. Burleson, Gagliano, Johnson, Broadfoot. The Brandons had bad nights tonight at the Glen, and Matt Holmes. When it's all said and done, one caution at the end of Glass Mechanics Stage 2. Time of race again, an hour and 21 minutes. Coming up, we're going to take a break. We will grab the podium. We'll quickly get off the air because I actually have a conference call I have to take here. So stay with us, everybody. We're not going nowhere. And congratulations to Octavio Rondeletto, winner here for the NASRA Cup Series playoffs. We'll be back, and we'll set our preparations for Bristol for next week.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If your lawn sprinkler controller is more than 5 years old, give us a shout today. We'll come out and take a look, give you evaluation, get you set up for a new Wi-Fi enabled smart controller. We can monitor this from our office for you. Give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look. Let's upgrade your controller. It'll save you water. We can save you up to about, we're averaging 47 to 51% with our clients. Feedback we're hearing from us. So give us a shout today. We'll glad to come out and take a peek. Talk to you soon.
Hey, Bob Party. Hey, we're back here at Watkins Glen as we have wrapped up the second race of the playoffs for the RL Productions 160 for the NASRA Cup Series presented by TLC Incorporated and the fine folks with Premier Racing Setups. Always thank you to those sponsors. Dean Hopton, I'm Wesley Outland, and we go to Victory Lane. I got to make this quick because I've got a Zoom conference at the top of the hour. Oh, man, Octavio! How much fuel did you have left in that 84 car for Flaming Karma Racing? By the way, in your 7th start tonight, this is your 3rd NASRA Cup Series win. Congratulations.
Wesley, thank you so much. I was almost running out of fuel. I had for one more lap. I did the burnouts and I ran out. I was close. I was pushing everything. I refilled.
So let's just clarify. If you would have had if this would have been a 66 or 67 lap race, you would have ran out of fuel. You would have had to have pitted.
I will have to pit.
And Dean.
Yeah. Oh, but I think exactly right. You answered that question there.
Yeah.
Mate, yeah, you just chuck that car around like unbelievable. I've never seen anybody throw a car like this around this track. You're driving it like it's a Formula One car, mate. How you just pushed it to the limit every time we're watching you. The rear end looks like it's just going, and you just catch it just in time there, and then bang, like just every time we look at those, you driving it, mate. Just push this car to the limit, and I've never seen anybody drive like that. So, what's the secret?
Oh, then I was close many times, Greg. I was close to the wall rail sometimes. But well, I think the secret here is to push like hell. This car wants you to put the throttle on, to gas it, to turn. Well, I did it. I was pushing hard every lap. I changed the tires before the stage break to have a fresh tires for the second part of the race. Sometimes here with this car you don't need to take tires, but I was feeling a bit of performance uh, dropping performance in the middle of the race, so I changed the tires and tried my best in the end.
So I've got to ask you, Octavio, man. Was tonight kind of like a little bit of payback for everybody that was in your path after coming up shy for the championship last night to Ryan Johnson in the Xfinity Series finale at Homestead?
It feels like I wanted to finish first yesterday. I will remember it. The finishes yesterday will be with me for many time because I wanted to win the Xfinity Series, a great season. And Homestead is not my best track. I had many problems at Homestead many times too, and that will be something to remember, something that I have to work. But today's win will be a good payback, yes.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, please thank your sponsors. And I got to bring this up. The elephant in the room, I guess, is the controversial call of you pulling aside and letting Jackson Wade get stage 2 of the race. But your car owner, Gerald Poole for Flaming Karma Racing, says that was my call. I told Octavio to do that. Do you feel like there's going to be any ramification or penalty for that, or do you feel like you were just trying to help out a fellow NASRA driver by doing it?
I mean, I'm a part-time driver. My team owner say let him buy. I will let him buy. Well, I think if I receive a penalty, the gain that I gave Jackson 1 point for the stage will be bigger. He will win the race. He will win the race. So I don't think there will be a penalty. I believe, and I wait. And thank you guys. Thanks to my sponsors, my team, Flaming Karma Paint Shop, Flaming Karma Racing, Buy 500. I was running Buy 500 paint skin because I forgot to put Flaming Karma. Sorry, Jerry. That both teams have an agreement between, and we're working for next year. So, anyways, thank you both, family, both teams, Jerry, and congratulations to Jackson and Jonathan for the finish.
Hey, Jeff, Mark wants to ask you a question, Octavio, and real quickly, he wanted to know where your steering ratio was at in the race tonight.
Oh, 73.
73?
No, sorry, it's in metric system. 2.87 inch per revolution.
2.87 inches. If Jeff, you can hear us, that's what he said. So, well, congratulations, Octavio. Another win and another step closer, I think, to being a competitor on the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. And I know that's the big goal at the end of the rainbow for you, my friend. Thank you, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you, Wesley. Thank you, Dean. And see you next week.
There you go. Jackson Wade will finish in second, and he did win Glass Mechanic Stage 2 here at the RL Productions 160. Jackson, I mean, look, when Gerald Poole, the boss of FKR, says pull aside, let him get the stage win, it is just 1 point difference. So I don't know if anything's come out of it. Have you been reprimanded by Justin White or any of the officials, or is it standing? And obviously a second place finish, this helps you closer towards actually your playoff run towards a championship.
I mean, I don't think there's any reason for there to be a penalty on it. It's 1 point. And like Rondolito said, if he gets penalized for it and the win gets taken away, the win goes to me. So then they'd have to penalize both of us if it was that big of a problem. Realistically, though, it was I don't know what the timeline was of me saying, "Hey, pull over" as a joke, versus giving the command of he pulls over to the side. So I don't know what that order is, but I don't see any reason for it to be a penalty.
Dean Hopton.
Thanks for the foot cam. We saw that earlier. If anybody missed it, just go back there and tune in. Jackson, thank you very much. Something different, of course. Do you think you a solid P2 there? Do you think you had anything you could possibly have done there to take it to Octavia for this race win, or P2 was your best?
The only way that I go any higher than P2 is if Rondoletto had the brake fire and did Jimmy Johnson in the turn 1 wall. There's just no way. At the start of stage 2, I thought I was keeping up with him a little bit, but then I realized that he was only getting smaller. About a second a lap, I think he was towards the beginning to mid stage of stage 3, start of stage 3. So no, there's nothing that anybody had for him. He was like, I think, a second clear almost in qualifying. So nothing. I mean, his race pace was just faster than some of these guys' qualifying laps, including mine. But
well, you got the 4 positions and you got that P2, mate. So I'd be certainly very, very happy with that. And you've survived the Glen, which is not a driver's favourite. A lot of drivers' favourites. You obviously do like the Glen.
Yeah, I do. These big old stock cars here in the Gen 7s have been nice to me. They just suit my driving style a little bit, and I'm not opposed to the turning right. I'm actually kind of a fan of it in the GT cars, especially. But I mean, I just picked up on this track really, really quickly. It's my best road course in the Cup Series schedule currently in the real life. But the other ones are subpar for me. But I did really enjoy the Glen. It was a fun race, and yeah, just big props to him and Cofield for that battle at the end.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, Jackson, please thank your sponsors, man. We'll see you next week in Bristol. I'm pretty sure with these couple of good finishes you've got, you've probably advanced yourself into the semifinal round of 12. But obviously, Bristol is going to be like a wild card for sure, no doubt, next week.
Had a decent ride at Las Vegas with the P12, P2 here, so I don't think it'll be advanced. I think I'll just need to have a decent day at Bristol. But of course, on the hood, you got IBC, and on the side of the back, you got K1 Speed. So those are my main 2 sponsors that are always going to be up there on the car. And my designer, James Jackson, always out there in the chat with amazing paint schemes putting on the car every single week. So just thanks to everybody that supports me, family, friends, all of you guys up here in the booth to put on a great broadcast for everybody.
But yeah, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That is Jackson Wade, and he will finish in the number 2 position. Let's grab our buddy from Mumford, Alabama. Always good to catch up with Jonathan Cofield. Cofield, another podium, another good solid week for you in NASRA. And the car, how was it? It had a little hiccups earlier, but you survived and come back and finish with a podium.
Yeah, I made a few mistakes, especially right off the bat. And then lap traffic come into play. I had a hard time getting around some lap cars. I was chasing Wade down and had one come off pit road right in front of me in the S's. And I think I lost about 2 seconds to him on that. But, yeah, that's about as best I can do for tonight. Pretty good race overall, though.
Dean, got anything
just
for
looking
Mr.
back,
Cofield?
Yeah, it's exactly the situation, wasn't it? And there's a lot of cars to get past, and he got some overtakes done, which was brilliant. You can see one of them there at the moment, earlier on lap 1. But then you run a little bit too wide, hard, it's easy to do, out into the kitty litter there. But you fought your way back, which was fantastic. You gained your 2 positions up there. You got taste the bubbly stuff on the podium. Yeah, I'd say couldn't do too much more to ask than that one, because Mr. Caulfield, we do of late, you have... it's familiar territory for you to always be up finishing races and getting podiums lately, isn't it? So whatever
if I don't
doing is working.
If I don't make mistakes, yeah, I gotta minimize mistakes. I knew we'd be racing for second. You know, Octavio. You know, being Argentinian. You know, everybody. You know, outside the United States, I think they come out of the womb knowing how to road race. So, but yeah, it was a good race overall. I'll take a P3. I was really trying to chase down Wade there at the end. Just couldn't do it.
Yeah, finished about second difference, but yeah, go ahead, Wes.
Jonathan, I do think though, being consistent, kind of like you and Jackson Wade were, you are. I mean, I would think you have enough to transfer to the semifinals of the playoffs. Just have to kind of have a consistent run at Bristol next week, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Bristol's a pretty fun track. I think I won last week, so I think
yeah,
I'm
he
already
won.
locked
He's
in,
got
but-
Vegas, so he's locked in there.
That's right. He is locked in. You're damn right. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Yes, you are. You won at Vegas, so you are in. So what do you do at Bristol next week?
Just get out here with these guys. You know, like I said, I'm new. I'm a rookie. Just out here having fun with these guys, learning new names, new voices. Just trying to make some friends out here, not cause any ruckus, and have some fun. I'm gonna race Bristol just like everybody else is going to.
There you go.
Apologize from
Well,
Cody.
buddy,
He's
we'll
got
let
your
you go.
name wrong on that one there, Jonathan Caulfield.
Well, yeah, it's Coyfield, and he got excited and got your name wrong. So it's got the Co and the F and the I backwards. But Coyfield, before we let you go, Coyfled, thank your sponsors, Jonathan, and we'll see you next week, my friend.
Yeah, I'd love to go back and watch these broadcasts. So I won't hold anything against you there, Dean. But Cofield supplying service on the car, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing. Everybody at NASRA, SM Racing Products. If you ain't got a button box, go check those guys out. Type in Bandits One at checkout, save you all the money. Just everything that keeps this motor running here in NASRA. Really appreciate everybody having me here. Really appreciate the clean racing we have with all the guys.
There you go. Solid run when it's all said and done, and another podium finish for the man who won last week, no doubt, of course.
War Eagle.
War Eagle. It would never be the end of a broadcast without him yelling War Eagle, so it's all good. So thank you, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, that, of course, is Mr. Jonathan Cofield. And again, he is already locked in to the semifinals after winning Vegas. Octavio Rondoletto now, his third win in the Cup Series in just 7 starts. And again, Dean, in closing, man, we ready to see what happens next week at Bristol. We go from a 1.5 mile cookie cutter track to a road course tonight at Watkins Glen. And now we go short track racing at Bristol, baby, next week, the last great Coliseum. Your final take it tonight, sir.
Well, it was very, very calm, cool, collective, wasn't it, at the start of the race? Bus stop chicane with the area there was a hot zone for sure. You saw so many cars having a hard lick into the fence there, a bit of a spin. I'll just give you a bit of a recap on Jacob Reeves. He ended up finishing just outside that top 10 in P11 after that, after a solid performance that he did. Got up as high, I think, as, 5th or something like that. And saw the showman coming in his mirrors and scared him into a spin. And then, of course, that'll be talking too about Mr. Clapper that got into him when he came back on the track a little bit naughtily. But
Now, Dean, we have nothing to do with the decisions of what are made as far as the NASRA Cup Series, or the Cup Series officials. But do you feel like maybe they might need to reconsider things after hearing what Gerald Poole of Flaming Karma Racing admitted to in the chat, as well as obviously what Rondoletto said? Hey, if the boss man tells me to move out of the way, I'm going to do it. And did it really matter differently? One spot, 1 point.
No.
I mean, I know we talk about that, but did it really change the outcome of the race or the points between these guys? Obviously Jackson Wade.
Well,
and he
it
still
won't
finished
because
second.
Jackson Wade, as you can see, is already into the playoffs. He won at Chicagoland, and we know that Octavio can't go through. We think at the moment he can't go through.
No. Chicagoland was not a playoff race, Dean. You're way off, buddy. Chicagoland was not that was a regular season race.
Yes, that's what I mean. But Jackson Wade's
Daytona
locked
was
into the playoffs.
Yeah, that graphic is all screwed up. It's been screwed up for weeks. Daytona was the last race of the regular season.
Yes.
After the NASRA 500. The playoffs began at Vegas.
Yes.
Cofield won that. Octavio wins this one.
Sorry.
So my thing is possibly Jackson Wade might have made it in on points. But that graphic is all messed up. That is not correct.
I get you. Yep. We'll sort that out, of course. If you join the Discord there, it's on the Sim Racing Hub. Sim Racer Hub, and you can find that information. We'll get that all sorted out for next week so that we can, well, we'll find out, won't we, for sure there, Wesley, how it's all going to
see, now we're hearing differences of things because Gerald Poole says, no, I told what's-his-face to pull aside, and Jeff Merck says, no, Jackson Wade keyed up in a public chat and asked for him to move out of the way. So I don't know. I don't know. That's why we're broadcasters. I might poke the bear and stir the pot there, if you will. Take a sip or take a bite and stir it more, Jack Dean. But you know that's up for them to figure out what they're going to do here.
6 to 1, half a dozen to another. That's what we'll say that one.
Yeah. Next week, Bristol will be fun, and then the semifinals will be determined from there. Hey, listen, NASRA is off tomorrow night, and we come back for Season 2 Friday. I got to do basketball on the radio on Friday, but hopefully it'll be done by 9 o'clock, and we have got the big race. How about this, Dean? Season 10 opener at Daytona. Should be a fun one. 250 miles, 100 laps Friday night. You want to join us? That'll be our next broadcast, buddy.
Excellent. Thank you, Wesley.
There you go. So as always, go online to North American Sim Racing Association.com. Thanks again, as always, to Bob Carr with TLC Incorporated and Premier Racing Setups for Mr. Cody Knott and Brady LaBeouf, the president of NASRA. Hope you get feeling better, my friend. Race director, operator, Justin White of the Cup Series. For Bigglesdean Hopton, I am Wesley Outland. Good evening and congratulations to Octavio Rondoletto. The showman gets his third Cup Series win tonight here at the Glen in the RL Productions 160.